Welcome back, everyone, for another exciting match here at the center line. We have got a match between Colin Cummings and Vince Sauceda at the last 2022 World Championships in Houston, and it's pretty great to watch this. And I have with me a number of guests today. We've got my regular partner,
Jacob Weissman,
and then we've got
Noah Weissman,
and
Avery Yebernetsky.
It's a powerhouse commentary group here. Hopefully we'll be able to provide some insights and some interesting things to talk about. So first off, thank you to Colin Cummings for the content. Colin has an excellent YouTube channel. Please go check him out. I think it's Colin Cummings Air Hockey.
Yeah, we'll put a link to it.
We'll put a link to it as well in the description. And he's generously allowed us to use the matches that he has been editing for post-production and add some commentary to them. So hopefully this will be something we'll be able to do more and more, and we'll provide even more content for everyone.
All right. So it's 2-1 Colin.
Yeah, and we should note that at this part of the tournament, Colin had been defeated by Marcelo Garcia and is in the losers bracket, and Marcelo actually also defeated Vince and put Vince in the losers bracket. Just an amazing turn of events at this event, tournament.
Yeah, and it's wild because this is a match that we'd expect to see close to, if not at, the winner bracket final for the first matchup. But
sure.
We're playing, I think at this point, playing to try to make it to the quarterfinals, if even that. I'm not sure exactly where it was.
Okay.
It's interesting to look at Colin's defense here. So I've noticed that he really pulls back until the last second, and then he'll charge. And it seems like it's a timing thing for him. He's trying to time the cut versus the cross. It's really interesting,
nice
something
over.
I've really noticed.
Okay. Interesting.
That's just, great power cut. He has an open lane there, so unless Vince perfectly readjusts his defense in the moment, it's going to score.
Yep. Well, Vince has had a really tough time against Colin. Let's just put that out there.
Yeah.
They've played a lot of times since, 2015?
Yeah, I think 2017 was their first time playing against each other. But since then, they've played every year.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was a good left wall under.
Absolutely. And he's had, it's almost like just a brick wall that he hasn't been able to push through. I know he's beaten him a set in a challenge match.
He's beaten him. I don't think Vince and Colin played a challenge match? I don't think they have.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have.
Well, I think he also beat him a set in a tournament.
He's beat him 2 different tournament sets, I believe. I know he's beat him at least 1 tournament set.
So Colin takes game 1 there. He was anticipating that left wall there. Quick transition.
Yeah, great transition by Colin.
So Vince played a challenge match. His last challenge match with Colin was 14 games to 2 before the final set, and then he got 4-0'd in the final set. It ended up being an 18-12 game count.
Okay. So they have played a challenge match. Yeah, Colin is just scoring that cut almost at will. Oh, but that's a sweet cut by Vince.
Yeah. Notice Vince is traditional, very calm demeanor, centered, very almost relaxed.
Oh, he's
Just overshot that a little.
But that's it's interesting because I think with Vince, I mean, I'll go on record in saying I think that Vince has the best offense in the game of air hockey right now. But I think his defense is what is sort of his Achilles heel and what allows other players to get sets off of him. Mm-hmm. And I think that relaxed demeanor that he has might be a bit too much.
That was a good early cross there from Colin. With relaxed defenses like that, you can find a lot of lanes.
Right. Well, right. And I mean, maybe it's just the look on his face and the way he holds his arm, but it just seems possibly a bit too relaxed. And those unders can just eat him alive.
It's interesting to see the offensive, just the difference in style here between Vince and Colin, and how Colin's much more upbeat. He kind of drifts it, sets up, shoots.
Yeah.
Vince has a slow kind of processions with his center. Then he'll cock back his arm.
Does time delays, does stuff like that.
Yeah, it was a beautiful shot to end the game.
Yeah.
And see,
and I want to kind of, I do want to say one more thing about the whole Vince's offense being so strong. And you watch him play Colin, and a lot of times Colin is not getting eaten up the way Vince will eat up a lot of other players. So if you watch this, it may not appear like his offense is so powerful.
Yeah. I mean, so far to me, knowing Colin and how strong Colin's defense is, it seems obvious Vince has a super strong offense.
Right. No, I got you. I see Vince play a lot of other players. And just lit them up.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Vince is one of those kind of at the upper echelon of air hockey, right? You have some players like myself who I think I play at this level, but against I'm not as consistent against lower level players where a lot of times they'll take a couple games off of me.
Right.
But someone like Vince, his offense is just so domineering.
Yeah.
That, I mean, if someone is significantly lower skill level than him, it's almost always a 4-0.
Right.
Yeah. And it's just testament to his offense. And I agree with you that I think Vince has the best offense in air hockey right now, but not the best defense. And that's what allows,
Right. And I think that is a big, you got to have both. You look at Colin, and Colin's got both to his game.
Yeah.
And so that's a lot, champions are going to have a full, well-rounded game for the most part. Unless it's the 1980s. You could be a champion and not have any defense. That's
I love that.
That's that constipation setup. Is what I would call it. You're just like, when is this going to happen?
Oh, yeah,
Vince does a lot of charging.
Yeah.
That's one of the issues, I think, with his defense. It's weird because when you're super relaxed and centered, you're missing the unders, but then if you also have this desire to move forward, it leaves you sort of in no man's land a lot.
Yeah, it does. And from talking with Vince about his struggles playing Colin, it's the cut that he says really gets him gives him fits
Yeah.
against Colin. Colin just being able to
Right.
score that cut almost at
Right.
will. So then he's coming
gotcha.
forward.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it's a
It's a
It's-
hard battle when somebody's got an excellent straight shot.
yeah. But I agree. I mean, once an opponent starts charging my cuts,
Right. So you watch that. I mean,
Yeah,
that was a
it's
perfect
just-
example
yeah.
of like,
it makes it too
Yeah.
easy
Yeah.
if someone starts charging
Yeah.
your cuts.
yeah,
If you have a good right one.
yeah. What I think Vince needs to do is, I think rather than trying to move forward, I think he needs to just move his mallet to the side more.
Yeah,
and
just
close
kind of
off the lane to
cheat
that
towards
cut,
the cut
cheat
side.
a little
Yeah.
bit. Doesn't have to be a lot, just a little
Oh,
bit.
that was
Oh, beautiful.
an amazing.
and that's his brilliant
Yeah.
time delay that he does. It's a finesse, sort of a feeling. Yep.
That was just a little inaccurate. But it was there.
Yeah. Look at that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the shot. You have to drink Pepto-Bismol after the game.
That's right. And he just, it's that right speed. And then look at
Yeah.
that.
And
He
and-
got creative all of a
Yeah.
sudden. He started it off at that slower medium speed and then tapped it again to go fast
out
all of
of
a
all
sudden.
of those shots, Colin only blocked one of them. The other ones were just inaccurate.
Yeah.
It seems, though, on some level, it requires an immense amount of concentration to be able to set up stuff like that, be able to,
Yeah.
get creative in the moment.
It's interesting you say that. I feel differently about that. And I think it's just because maybe that was the way I played. And it was just natural. And it was, to me, I wasn't trying to force creativity. I was enjoying the pleasure of being creative.
Right.
I think it's a matter of everyone has a different kind of pace of play they feel most comfortable with, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, Avery, you tend to be a much kind of faster player, and I think where you feel comfortable compared to my dad, who's a bit slower. So,
I like to suddenly surprise the opponent with the shot.
Yeah.
As opposed to try to race to get it there. I want it to be a deception. It takes less effort, in my opinion.
Banking around Colin there.
Yeah.
One thing I've noticed is that Colin.
But I mean, look
That
at
was
that.
a
I mean,
great,
that
yeah.
I should go through to replays on some of these shots
Yeah.
because I mean that was
Well, and-
an awesome setup and cut.
Well, and what was great about that is Colin's been executing his cut traditionally from left to center, but that one put it more kind of center.
He
of
changed
the,
the
table.
release
Yeah.
point, and that's
Yeah.
it can be very deceptive when you change the release point for stuff like that.
So Colin's up 3-1 suddenly. I think this is like quintessential what it feels like to play Colin. Like
Yes.
it feels like you're close,
Yes.
and then suddenly
And
you've
suddenly
just
it's
lost 2
4-1.
games,
Yeah.
7-3, 7-4.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, that was a great kind of touch under.
Yeah. And there's
There's
classic
just
Ben's
that.
going forward
Yeah.
again.
If I had a penny for every time that specific shot scored
Scored
on
on
me,
you, yeah, you'd have
I would
$122.
not need to work.
I see this gallery of folks here spectating, sunglasses, taking it all in.
It's interesting. So right now it's only 3-2 in this game, and then I want to really take into account what exactly pulls Colin away. If you really just dig deep and try to analyze what exactly is starting to pull away for him in his game here, versus what
You
Yeah.
mean like how is Colin pulling
right.
away
So
from
right
Vince?
now,
Yeah.
right now it's somewhat close. Right, 4-3. Right, Vince still has a chance to stay in this game. And then there's this Colin effect where eventually he just kind of gets up on you, 6-3, 7-3, 7-2.
Well, I can tell you is he's not wasting his possessions.
It seems like
and then he knocks
does,
one off the
though,
table.
right? Like
what?
in some of his possessions, sometimes I'll see
Of course,
him forehanded.
everybody's going to make
Right.
unforced errors, absolutely. But he's getting the puck, and he's forcing Vince to have to block his shots. I mean, as droll as it sounds, if you score more and defend more, you're just going to pull away. Nice over.
I think what it is a focus and concentration thing. At key moments, Colin tightens up both his defense and his offense, right, and goes like that for just very kind of high percentage shots.
Well, yeah, and I mean, Vince can't do that. He can't just keep moving forward all the time. It's just.
Oh, that cut was there. Oh, that over was there.
Yeah,
Popped out.
yeah.
Or which is a little inaccurate and rimmed out.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, sort of a quintessential Colin against Vince, seemingly. I know Vince has beaten him some and maybe some recently. We'll see if that can translate to this next Worlds, because I know that Vince is trying. And here's a breakdown of the shots.
Colin scored a lot of cuts and right wall unders.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, everyone. Hopefully we'll be doing more of these, and you get a little more content out there. Air hockey is small, but it doesn't have to be. So please like and subscribe and send to your friends and your family and everyone.
Your enemies too.
Your enemies too, absolutely.